In Year 10 at King Edward, our students still do 4 lessons of core PE over a 2-week period. Students also have the option to choose a GCSE qualification in PE as well as doing their core PE lessons. GCSE PE is the study of the human body and how it performs within sport. We look into a range of different subject areas and think about how each subject area contributes to a performer whilst playing sport or taking part in physical activity recreationally. To study GCSE PE, you need to have a genuine interest in sport. Not just the one sport or 2 sports that you currently take part in, but in the world of sport, you maybe would follow it in the news or follow it on the TV, or generally talk about sport and get involved in all of your PE lessons and really give every single different sport that we do a really good go, whether you love that sport or not. We also need you to have a really good positive attitude for the classroom. Most of the lessons for GCSE PE will be in a classroom environment, which is new for Year 10 with PE lessons, because all that you've been used to from Year 7 to 9 is being in the different sports facilities. In Year 10, our GCSE PE it's a sports science subject. So we're looking more into the science of the subject with the sports that you do and submit for your final marks, complementing your knowledge to gain you the highest marks. How are you assessed? At the end of your course, you will sit 2 exam papers. One looks at the body systems and fitness, so you'll study the different components of fitness, physical training, the skeleton, the joints, the muscles, the heart, the lungs, and a range of other topics along the way. Our second paper is about health and performance. Within this paper, we look at how people participate. What if there's any groups that maybe don't participate in sport, and why don't they participate in sport? We also look at the use of performance enhancing drugs in sport. We maybe look into skill and how our skills are used in different sports. These make up the most of the final grade, so they work out to be 60% of the final grade, and this is why most of your lessons will be inside the classroom. When we do a practical, it's not like core PE. We use our core PE to do the scores for the sports that we study in school. In our GCSE practical lessons, we try to complement the theory from the classroom into the sporting environment, so it helps our learners understand what we truly mean when we go over it in class. Our third component is the practical performance. For this, you need 3 sports. We would ask that 2 of those sports you do either in school, out of school, or even better, both. There are some sports on the curriculum that we don't offer in schools, such as equestrian, skiing, snowboarding. Some of our dancers submit from outside, as do some of our gymnasts. So it is worth looking at the links to the Edexcel website to have a little look if there's any additional sports that you do outside of school that could be contributing to your final GCSE marks. The last component is our PEP. This is focused on your main sport, where you analyse your performance and you write a 1500-piece word document on your performance and how you can make improvements in that performance, but we do guide you along the way. For the practical sports, we may ask you to take some video evidence and send it into school for marking or for evidence to show to the exam board. Many of our GCSE PE students go on to study at sixth form or go off to college to do different qualifications. At our school, we do offer the A level in PE, and we also offer the BTEC level 3 in sport and exercise science. These lead on really nicely from the GCSE qualification. We do then have many students that go off into the world of sport for their job, or some that go off to university to study sports management, sports coaching, sports science, physiotherapy, and many other future degrees towards a future career. Our students do find it different when they first start in year 10 because they're not used to being in the classroom for GCSE PE. But once they've got into the groove, most of our students really enjoy the course and get a lot out of it. Even those that don't go on to study A-level PE at sixth form or don't go off to do a career in sport, they learn about the body and how it works and how it can keep them active and keep them healthy in future life. Top link takes you to the GCSE PE exam specification. You can have a scroll through this to see the different topic areas that we study. The bottom link links to the practical performance. If you go to page 6 on the document at the top, you can start to see what team sports and what individual sports you are allowed to submit. The combination has to be a combination of both team and individual sports. You may submit 2 individual sports and 1 team sport, so for example swimming, dancing and netball. You may on the other hand submit 2 team sports and 1 individual sport, so that may be football, cricket and athletics.